Hey, my lovely Willow Vibes Tribe members. Where the fuck did my crystal go? Did it fall? You think I'd have my shit together? It's gone. What the hell? Okay. There it is. It just was moved. I don't know what the fuck it's over there. Because for some reason, don't ask. I wanted to hold it, and I don't usually hold it when I'm doing readings. I used to, but it seemed very significant all of a sudden, so I don't know if some of you are just holding a specific stone, crystal, whatever, for healing purposes, information, whatever. But I'm like, where the fuck did that go? I need that. Somebody misplaced something, or they forgot where they put it. So you could be looking for something, even a crystal. But regardless, that was just so random because it came up out of nowhere. But anyways, I'm Jessica from Willow Vines Intuitive Vibes, and this is going to be a collective message, so like the videos, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to join the tribe. Sorry, it's just a little bit of a hot mess there for a second. I feel really like all over the place all of a sudden. I got a lot on my mind energy, but I'm looking for stuff. I don't know if I'm looking for something specific or if I got a bunch of shit I gotta find. And this isn't like fun and games and scavenger hunts. This is like, where the fuck did I put that? That type of energy. So someone's looking for specific things or something specific. Like it feels important. Like I need this because that's what I was just doing. Like I really need this. Where the hell did it go? I don't know what it is, but someone needs something apparently. So whatever that is to you might make sense later on, or it's someone around you. But anyways, I'm sitting here and I'm totally fine. You know, I haven't been sick, no stomach aches, nothing. And I don't deal with kidney stones or anything like that. And I just sit down. I'm still fine when I sit down, and I light the Palo Santos because I'm cleansing the energy for a new reading and, you know, cycling out of old shit. You know, that's what we do. Bring in love. But anyways, I'm doing that, and the second I light the Palo Santos, my gut started hurting so bad, like in my lower stomach. It almost felt like on the sides, like when you get kidney stones and they're getting ready to pass or something, like getting close to your bladder or beyond. But regardless, I'm like, oh my God, where did that pain come from? What the hell is this about? And then they went away. So I don't know if somebody's dealing with stomach issues, kidney stones, or I don't know, it's lower abdominal pain. It doesn't feel like period cramps and stuff. It feels like it's painful. Well, I mean, kidney stones would be painful or something along those lines. I don't know. Maybe somebody's dealing with that. Something to do with someone's intestines or some shit. I'm not sure. Oh my God. What is this? I'm feeling all these weird pains all of a sudden. Like right here. It feels like I got smacked upside the head, or I fell and hit my head. You know, just right here though. It's not a slap. That feels more like, oh man, my head. Like, oh, that hurt. Maybe a headache. But it kind of went into my back, just right here too. Somebody deal with migraines and headaches and shoulder, upper back pain, shoulder, something. I don't know, someone's got something going on. Could be different people even. Anyways, I will watch over you. Or someone on the other side who's definitely playing around. Paying close attention to someone. Keeping an eye on you, like your guardian angel, basically. Something you thought finished burst back into life. Okay, why is the ER so significant? Somebody might be taking a trip to the ER. I mean, if you have kidney stones and shit, you know, yeah, that would definitely send you there because it would be painful. I don't know what that's something to do with the ER. I'm watching over you. Okay, for some of you, there was a past experience that you had when you were in the hospital, like emergency room, emergency department, whatever you want to call it. And you did have a loved one there with you who had crossed over. They were there with you during this time. Whether you were there, for a few hours to, days, weeks, months, whatever, it depends on what, I don't know. I feel like you were being watched over by someone on the other side. They were protecting you because, like, you overcame whatever illness you had, whatever issue you had, whatever was going on. You were being protected and watched over. And that's something from the past. But I feel like if there's anyone in this energy who is going to experience some type of emergency, whether it's due to illness or, whatever the hell happens, accident, injury, what have you, you'll be okay because you're being watched over. Something's going to happen again. That almost makes it feel like, I just saw the word foe. So someone's not your friend, they're your foe, I'm just going to say. But there could be somebody working against you that could cause a level of harm. Even if they don't physically do it themselves, because it's not even guilty by association. It's just wrong place, wrong time, especially when you're around people that don't have your best interest at heart. Sometimes we can get dragged into bullshit, and we can end up being the ones that get hurt in the process, physically or otherwise, whether it's an accident like a car wreck or just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Because there's someone who you might consider a friend, but they're not your friend. They definitely wouldn't have your back. And it's almost like if the shit hit the fan, you'd be the one to fall. Even if the police and stuff wouldn't be involved in this, like if they weren't, it would be like, oh shit, you got hurt, I'm out of here. And they just leave you there, kind of thing. Because there's someone that's just not your friend. So I definitely wouldn't rely on whoever the hell that is. Because, I don't know, they've ditched you before. So this isn't someone who has been by your side for fucking ever, is what I want to say with whoever that is. But there's something that's going to happen again. So if this is like illness related, you could have already gone to the emergency room for some type of ailment, no matter what it is. I'm so fucking dizzy now. Holy shit. Like, I feel like I'm going cross-eyed. Because my vision isn't blurry, but it feels like I want to look back and forth all the time. And I can't focus. It's not mentally focused, it's my vision. There's something to do with that. I don't know, that was just disorienting as hell. So somebody could have issues with their depth perception and stuff, but this doesn't feel like something corrective lenses would fix. It's I don't know, there's something. But it would make me dizzy. I'm just gonna say. So if you're dealing with that sucks. I'm sorry. But someone's gonna end up in the ER, and they've already gone to the ER before because of whatever this is. So it's like, the second time this has happened kind of thing. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I feel like something's coming back around. For some of you, that's a very small message. That could pertain to, this person could have a dog, whoever might be going to the emergency room, and they might have a tattoo on their upper arm as well. I don't know how many dogs they have, but I feel like there's an animal around. Birds could also be significant in this situation, so I don't know if they have birds, if they watch birds, if they love birds. Old. So they could be older. Someone who's either elderly or just older than you. I don't know, whatever they're going to go to the ER for, they've already been there for it once in the past. At least once. They could have dark hair. They could have like white and gray hair, as well. Like maybe their natural color was dark, or they dye it, or whatever, the salt pepper kind of thing. Because I'm seeing streaks in her hair. And I don't know if this is a male or a female who this could be happening to, but the streaks to me, they don't seem like highlights. They seem like natural lighting, which would be like when you start going gray or white. Well, there's a bird. Freaking owl. The key, inner calling, clarity, and intention. Somebody is going to get clarity on whatever this is, on whatever they're dealing with, going through. So if there's a health issue here, don't worry, the answers will come with whatever this situation is for you, if that's the case. But I just feel like somebody wants clarity about something. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's like this way, that way. It's making me think of wax on, wax off, which is the Karate Kid when he's training, learning. Somebody might be getting clarity on a situation, especially if it pertains to you when you were going through a time when you were learning, trying to understand, spiritual messages or your trade, because it takes time to learn shit. Practice makes perfect. I don't know, there's some type of clarity coming in because of your hard work and the progress you've made in this situation. There's going to be more of an understanding. Someone's going to definitely see more clearly because something's going to happen. I don't know if it's something's going to happen that you said was going to happen. They're going, what? Or because of whatever this is, there's like a wake-up call here. Because sometimes when you have like a near-death experience or you're tangled up in a mess and then all of a sudden you get out of it and it's like, whoa, that was an eye-opener. Something like that. Somebody's eyes are going to be opened up regardless of how it happens. Like, holy crap. I almost feel like no one's gonna fucking believe me if I tell them this. It could be a spiritual experience, whether it's from near death or not. Because I share those stories all the time, but I'm not the only person in the world that has those cool stories where, it's like I was definitely being watched over. Like, that was a fucking miracle. I should have been dead kind of thing. It happens all the time with people in accidents. Like, whoa, how the hell did you survive that crash, let alone come out unscathed? Protection. People a lot of times will just look at stuff like that as, you're just one lucky son of a bitch. No. It's protection. You're being protected for a reason. But I feel like if you shared experiences like that or just told this person about some of your past experiences that were like a miracle to you, they probably didn't believe because they hadn't experienced anything like that. Someone's going to experience a miracle. And they're going to be like, no one's going to fucking believe me. I can't believe this just fucking happened. That kind of thing. I feel like you would believe this person, or something to do with a phone call too. No one's gonna fucking believe me. I don't know. It just seems it's a fucking miracle here, and someone's just gonna be blown away and they're gonna want to share it, and they're gonna feel like nobody would believe them because they didn't believe in that stuff before they had the experience. There we go. Before it happened to them, or until it happened to them, they didn't see. Yeah, something's gonna happen to somebody and it's gonna open their fucking eyes. That's cool though, Sometimes that's what we need, or that's what some people need. It just depends on how we think and how we live our lives. I don't know, there's like a newfound sense of faith here for sure. There's a significance with a den as well. Like, I don't know if people still have dens. It's not a living room. It's like a sitting area. That would be like what a den is. Because it's kind of making me think of like my Mimi's house before she passed away. Where she lived, she had a lot of cool rooms. It's like a maze in her house half the time. Even though it wasn't that big, it was kind of cool just thinking about it. I believe she had, yeah, her bathroom upstairs was fucking pink, including the toilet. And she had matching toilet paper. Like, that was just my Mimi. And I think she had blue toilet paper and green and a blue bathroom downstairs with a blue toilet. Guess that was the thing. I don't know why the fuck I'm talking about her bathroom, but I'll never forget that. She had those fucking carpet things, and I don't know. I remember that stuff. And she had a den, like, you kind of walk into a little mudroom area from the garage, because we never used the front door, because the front door would go into the living room, which was the off-limits one. That's where you take family photos. I mean, I think the fucking couches were covered with plastic, and you just don't fuck around in that room. That was, the pristine room. At least that's the way I remember it. That's where she put the candy, too. It's like, we're not allowed to go in there, but that's where the candy is? Like, come on. But anyways, you walk into, like, the kitchen area, and down back, like, to go out back, there was a den. And I used to play with a thing to stoke the fire, because I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I don't know, I'd take it off the wall and just puff air everywhere. That's what we did as kids. We didn't have phones and tech and all that crap. But there's a significance with a den. So it's like a room that's, I don't know, not utilized all the time, I guess. I mean, because we'd sit out there when we'd visit sometimes. Like, if me and my sister were playing out back, my mom and Mimi would sit in that room because they could see us. But it wasn't used all the time. So there's a significance with a room that's not used all the time. But it's, I don't know what the significance is. Is something gonna happen in someone's den or something? Why am I thinking of it like that? Maybe it's at your grandparents' house or great-grandparents' house or something. It doesn't feel like a memory, though. I mean, it's showing up to me as a memory because I guess it's Spirit's way of showing me something. Like, how to explain this. Okay. I don't know. It's like a secondary living room or some shit. That's what it's making me think of. I don't know what the significance is. I don't know if somebody passed away in a room like that, or if they will, or if that's where this illness, injury, whatever might take place. I mean, if we're talking about elderly people, so, somebody might fall or something. Because I don't know. What the fuck's up with the den? I don't know what that's about. There's too many cards. Because I just went over memories, too. So there could be memories in this room with a specific person, whether it's your grandparent or not, no matter who it is. But it almost feels that way. There's significant memories in that room. They don't feel like bad memories or anything. No. Because I wanted to be like, remember the time. I know that's a love song, but it's like, remember the time we did this, we did that. We were on the phone all fucking night. Do you remember the time? Okay. I don't think this deck wants to talk today. Just saying. Let's try something else. There's a significance with lights as well. Someone's lights. So the power in their house. I don't know, like the lights going out or something. Lights out. But that feels like literal. Like I'm turning the lights off, or oh fuck, they're out, they don't work, or something. I don't know, power surge or some shit. I just heard be careful when the lights are out. Like when the lights are off. Well, if you have vision issues and shit, definitely be careful so you don't slip and fall or some shit. Be careful when the lights are out. Okay. I just saw this card. In your eyes. Do you see me? Some type of contact here. Do you see me? That sounds fucking weird. Do you see me walking around at night? I don't know where you're walking or who the fuck's walking around wherever, but do you see me walking around at night? Hopefully no one's peeking in your fucking windows. But, I mean, it could be someone within your own home even too. Like, I don't know why that would be a problem though if they're in your home. But from a spiritual standpoint with being watched over, maybe somebody's asking that, like, does spirit see me walking around at night? Do they see what I'm doing? That kind of thing. Do you see me walking around at night? Alright, whatever that is. And then promise you this. There's a significance with a ring. I don't know if it's a ring camera or like a ring on your finger. It's a significant ring. It's not a wedding band or wedding ring or anything like that. It's an old ring. So probably a sentimental value. I don't know if it's like, what's your mother's ring, grandmother's ring, something like that. Because it feels like history. Something being handed down. A significant ring. One part. That's just one part. Okay, so the ring is just one part. That's one part of it. This is just one part. One part. Something to do with bursts. I don't know if it's like bursts of lightning, bursts of fireworks. I don't know, bursts. Or, you know, when a balloon bursts, your bubble bursts, something goes, psh, the pipes burst, something's bursting. Might happen in someone's house. Or it already did. Something to do with the pipes bursting. I mean, that happens in the wintertime a lot, especially if, you know, the power goes out and there's no fucking heat. Then your pipes freeze and go, I don't think that'd be going on for anyone right now unless you live in a cold environment, but like a cold area where that could be coming up. I feel like that's already happened though. It has something to do with pipes bursting. And that's not a metaphor. That literally happened in someone's house. It probably created some type of flood. Like, you know, it flooded the ceiling or the floor or the whatever the fuck. A pipe that burst. Alright. The ring. I don't know what the ring is, what that's about, like why it's so significant. Okay, give me more on this, because this is like, it's a fucking head scratcher, just saying. Because it's more of a channeling. It feels like spirit telling someone something, like they're paying attention. You know what's funny too is the other day I mentioned something about a gnome, and in a reading, and then I ended up getting a gnome for my little, I don't know, private area to sit, because I got a park bench too. And I love that bench because I said this is going to be like the place to sit when you want to talk to a loved one who's crossed over, because it's like the most secluded-ish place where I'm at least. And I don't know, that's what it made me think of. It's like sitting in a garden when you're just kind of thinking to yourself and talking to someone who's crossed over, someone you love. Whether you can hear them or not, people do that all the time. You go to a cemetery, you tell them you love them, and you tell them about your day and your life and whatever, even if they know already. It's just, that's what we do. And even if you can't hear them, you just know they're there. Someone's in that energy, for one. There's someone somebody wants to talk to on the other side as well. But the gnome thing has nothing to do with that little place that I created with the little gnome. You know what it was, at least for me. I don't know what it was for you guys, because it could have multiple meanings, you know, even for one person. But it's funny because I was thinking of my Mimi, which is the house I just explained. She was my great-grandmother. She passed away. And oh, that just hurt between my shoulder blades. I feel like I just got hit in the back again. What the fuck? That was like a pulsating, like almost like wham, wham, wham in my back. I really don't know what that is. Oh, but I don't like it. It's almost like I fell. I don't know. Whoa. That almost, I don't know if it's squeezing my lungs or if it's like when you get the air, the wind knocked out of you. Oh my god. Yeah, but that felt like a hit hard. Like, I don't know, if you fall, I don't know what would cause that pain, but it was, it's giving me, I can't like catch my fucking breath. Yeah, it's like when the wind gets knocked out of you, someone's gonna fall, or they did, I don't know. If it's past tense or coming up, or if that's somebody who crossed over. No, this person's alive. This person fell from a high up place, and it knocked the wind out of him. Because I'm disoriented as hell. Someone fucking fell. In the past. Oh, that hurt. I don't know, this fall could have, like, should have killed someone. Or should have caused a major injury, and it didn't. It didn't feel like it felt very good, though, I'm just gonna say. But anyways, the gnome thing, there's a bunch of meanings for me personally with that. I don't know why I'm getting all these weird fucking pains. I'm just saying, now my shoulder fucking hurts all of a sudden. And I didn't do anything. I'm totally fine. Like, I didn't hurt myself. Spirit makes me look like a weirdo sometimes. And I can't get to the fucking point. And I wanted to be like, get to the fucking point, Edith, which is funny because that's my Mimi's name is Edith. And here I am talking about her. But the gnome thing made me think of, I don't know, randomly just popped in my head because I saw my Mimi first in my head, and I was reminded of a time I was in the ER and I saw her at the foot of my bed. It was a visual, like I literally saw her. She grabbed my toes and said, everything's gonna be okay, you're gonna be all right. And I knew I was gonna be all right because of that, even though I was terrified. That was like, oh, that sucked. I don't want to talk about that because it was stupid. It sucked. It was bullshit. It never should have fucking happened in the first place. But anyways, that moment popped in my head, and then the gnome thing popped in my head, and I was like, oh my god, Aunt Charlotte. That was her sister. I don't think I ever, no, I did. I met her once. I believe it was Aunt Charlotte that I met once. I don't remember. She had a couple sisters, I think. And one of them was in a home at one point before she passed, and she was seeing little gnomes in the trees. Like, she would talk to them and want to feed them, and all of that. And my Mimi used to get so pissed off about it. She'd be like, there's no one there, there's nothing there, cut it out. The stories were funny. Why am I thinking of stories now, like, that certain people share with us? It could be significant. They're definitely, I don't know, that's why I love talking to the elderly, because they have great stories. But it's more than that. There's more to it. There's something to do with the story. Maybe somebody thought you were making something up. Because if you think of it from the, I guess, Aunt Charlotte's standpoint, if it's not hers, I can't remember the other one's name because I really didn't know them. I knew my Mimi, but that would sound like make-believe, you know, like there's no gnomes in the fucking trees. Well, maybe she was looking into another dimension, you know, or it was a hallucination. We will never know, but she wasn't believed whether she was credible or not, you know. So there's something that you said to somebody that, and you weren't believed. Like, it didn't seem credible. It didn't seem significant or real, but it was. I'm not saying the gnome thing was real. I'm just saying, like, that's something that you wouldn't believe, you know. Be like, okay. I mean, you might believe that the person's hallucinating, but you're not going to believe in what they're seeing. And that can happen spiritually, too. Like, I'm not, somebody didn't believe you with something that you shared, something that you said happened, a story you had to tell. They thought it was made up, but it wasn't. It isn't. It's real. Okay, I said all of that to say that, to see it. Maybe somebody wants to let you know that they believe you or something, but regardless of that, you probably know something that you shouldn't know. 6 of coins. For some reason, I feel like this person thought you just wanted a handout. You just wanted some type of help. So they looked at you as though you were making shit up for help, for money, for assistance. I don't think that's what you're doing in this situation. Somebody thought you were only doing something or in something for money, and you're not. Strength. Well, your determination and patience is paying off in this situation, and I feel like, I don't know, you just haven't given up. Hummingbirds could be significant as well for some of you. I did mention something about birds. I just heard you just went right to the source. So you had the strength to either confront somebody or to go right, to talk to someone who was problematic without, to talk to a foe. Whether you realized it or not, you went right to the source of a problem. You were definitely being protected through that process. So it's like, okay, because I always say that. Don't take shit at face value. Don't listen to the gossip and eat up that bullshit. Go right to the source. If someone's talking about someone, go to that person and be like, all right, this is what I heard. What the fuck is this about? You know, is this true? Is it not true? What's your side of the story? What's the truth here? I feel like there's someone in this situation who went directly to the source. Like, all right, someone said this about you or this situation. So what is this about? You confronted somebody. So you know the truth. Even if other people don't know that you know. I don't know, you spoke directly to someone. I just heard your other cats meow. What the fuck? Anyways. Yeah, you went directly to the source and found something out. Like, oh, that's why that happened. Or that's, okay, yeah, I get it now. That kind of thing. I understand. Could have something to do with the number 9. Return. You return to the scene of the crime. I'm just saying. I don't know. You could have spoken to somebody they hadn't spoken to in a long time. Cause I feel like that's already happened. So you went to the source. You heard it from the horse's fucking mouth. You know, whether they lied to you or not, whatever information you have from someone is not hearsay, is what I want to say. It came from them. So if they bullshitted you, then they're the ones starting their own fucking rumors, you know what I mean? Then we have fantasy. Imagining. I just feel like somebody didn't believe you. I don't know. That's what I want to keep saying with this. Like, you just weren't believed. So if you literally told something to someone, shared a story, an experience, whatever the hell it was, or multiple experiences, you were not believed. Someone thought it was all in your head. Like, you're delusional, you're, I don't know, hallucinating. There's something fucked up here. You know what's weird, too, with the whole hallucination thing? With that coming up in this energy is, I think it was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I watched some weird stuff, people. Just saying. But anyways, I was watching, I don't remember. It's like an anatomy channel where they have cadavers and they go over different illnesses and, you know, what it looks like on the inside and the symptoms and all that crap. Well, they talk about other shit too. And there's not blood and guts and stuff. It's all preserved cadavers and stuff. So it's not really gross, and they're very respectful on that channel. Like, they cover the faces and whatever. So I don't know. Anyways, regardless, doesn't matter. That's not what the point here is. I was watching that channel, and there was one episode about psilocybin, which is magic mushrooms, and the positive effects that it has on people with depression, anxiety, PTSD, shit like that, because it literally rewires your brain. And if you do it in a controlled setting, because it's not legal. I think it's like a Schedule 1 drug, at least in the U.S. So it's not like, they don't recommend doing it recreationally because you can't control the dosage, plus it's illegal. But there are some places where they have facilities, which is where these studies have come from in the first place. And it's, you know, you're with a therapist and it's all about the setting and all that crap. But through these studies, they found that in a controlled setting with, you know, depending on what the dosage amount is, whatever's needed for whatever the hell is going on with you, it really does rewire the brain, because it reconnects is it the synapses or synapse, whatever, where it sends like serotonin back and forth, which is a mood stabilizer, and you naturally have that in your brain. And when you have depression and shit like that, it's blocked off, or you're not making enough, and that can boost it. But it also connects multiple parts of the brain that aren't usually connected, that don't fire off at the same time, which is where some of the visuals can come from, depending. Because with microdosing and stuff like that, you don't always get visuals. But it opens your mind up, literally. And there's been a lot of success stories of people facing their past bullshit and trauma and overcoming it through that process, which I think the places where it's legal and you can do that, it's really expensive. Definitely not covered by your insurance. Just saying. But I don't know why the hell I'm fully talking about this, but I watched about that. And I used to watch about shit like that too, because, you know, I've messed around with that crap in my past, here and there. Not very often, but I've done it before. You know, a lot of you know I am an ex-addict, and I played around with things, you know, and it really did open my mind, you know, and it got me thinking about different things, you know. But regardless, I'm not fucking promoting anything. That's not the point of this. What it's making me think of is someone who's fucking closed-minded, for one, and you're not. No matter if you've done anything like that or not. And I'm not recommending it. But if somebody knew that you have done that shit before, that you experimented with it, whether it was, you know, mushrooms or something else, they could have just thought you were tripping. You know what I mean? Like, something you experienced, somebody else was looking at you as though you were on an acid trip or something, and you weren't. Either because they know you've done it before, or they're just assuming, like, oh, this bitch is tripping, you know? You're on something, but I don't think you were. And I don't think you are. Whatever this is, it's not all in your head. It's really not. Well, somebody looked at you that way. They just did. It is what it is, I guess. I don't really get why it's coming up, because who really gives a fuck if somebody misjudged you? Three of Wands, notable growth. Yeah, there's definitely growth in this situation. Maybe somebody's seeing that, like, you're handling things very different. The Hermit. It could be a Virgo involved, not necessarily. But that's soul searching and strength again. Unquestioned confidence. I don't know. You just kept trucking forward very confidently. Like, you stood tall in a situation where there's a lot of adversity, is what it feels like. Because it's almost like no one fucking believes me about this, that, and the other. Whether you kept your mouth shut after that or not, I don't feel like this stopped you. I feel like what was meant to stop you or hinder your movement, your forward movement, didn't. It accelerated it, is what it feels like. Because it sent you inward, like a sense of reflection here. And when we do that, when we reflect on our lives, our past, and whatever, we can heal from it, and we can realize who a problem is, who isn't, you know, where something stems from, what we should focus on. We get right with ourselves. So there's like a problem here that it was supposed to be bad for you, and I feel like all it did was help you, because you faced a lot of adversity and overcame it. Because it's making me think of when you go your whole life worried about what other people think. Like, are they going to think I'm fat? Are they going to think I'm ugly? Are they going to think I'm stupid? Like, does my opinion matter? Like, you think that way, you know, growing up or whatever. And then there's someone around you. I'm so sick of fucking traffic sometimes. They always rev up their motorcycles right by my house, and it's like, you know, fuck you. It's just loud. I like motorcycles, but not when they're just vroom, vroom all the time. So anyways, I forgot what I was fucking talking about. Going inward and judgments. You were once worried about what people thought of you, and there could have been someone in this situation that knew that. Like, you know, you're really gonna care that people are judging you, or maybe they care, you know, one or the other. But I don't feel like, it's almost like if you get judged for this, it'll stop your forward movement. It'll stop you from doing blah, 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 whatever, because you're gonna go, oh, everyone hates me. And I don't feel like that's what happened. So you didn't stop doing whatever the hell you're doing. And somebody else is worried about that shit. So they're putting their own insecurities onto you, basically. Because nothing can stop you now. That's what it feels like. Yeah, the Magician, you're making shit happen out of effing nowhere. And I do feel like there's a level of stability here that's coming in for you that you wish for. You healed from something pretty traumatic in a miraculous way. Like, how the fuck did you just come out on top? Like, you should have died, or you should have been injured, or it's like, it's almost like whatever happened, it should have been a fucking lot worse. Like the video I watched where this crane broke off and crashed into someone's car, like landed on the car, and the woman just walked out, not even a bruise on her. That's a miracle. There's a miracle here that's happening to you, or it did happen to you. I don't know if it's coming up or if it already did. There might be more than one miracle in here, just saying. Something to do with the fucking ring, too. I don't know what the ring is. Keep staring at it. Anyways, I just heard it's your turn, so I don't know what that means. But yeah, there's a miracle here. Like, it almost feels like if it was anyone else, it wouldn't have happened that way. It would have been tragic, you know, just because you were being protected and watched over. There's also somebody else in your family or around you who is being protected and watched over too, or in this situation. And it's like, how the fuck did that get turned around? You know, it's something like that. Like, what? Because miracles do happen. You just gotta have faith. Anyways, love you guys. Peace.